wasn't. So like, I knew that I was comfortable with being myself, but this trip, I was supposed to go to this trip. Yeah. I was supposed to go on this trip as like a reflection.
Right. Where did you go?
I went to Yunnan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yunnan, China. Yeah. 10 days, solo backpacking trip.
Nice.
I went to a few, I went to a few cities within Yunnan. So all beautiful. Part of it was this like 2-day hike through this place called Tiger Leaping Gorge. That was stunning. And it was supposed to be this like time for me to reflect on myself and where I was in my life and what I wanted to do. And to see if I was, it was sort of supposed to be like this soul searching type thing. So I did the entire trip and I realized I didn't get any soul searching. No. I was supposed to do a lot of reflection. So maybe I'm not so good at reflection, but what I did realize was the entire time, there wasn't a single time where I was like, oh, I'm feeling so lonely. I wish there was somebody here with me. So that at the end of the trip, the only thing that I had realized was was one that I was maybe soulless because I didn't think about anything about having a soul, but it was, being very comfortable being with myself. And I'm very happy with that. And the only thing that I was uncomfortable with was, like not having anyone to eat with me. Cause I think like being by yourself in a restaurant, number one, you can't order as much food as you want. So that was like, annoying. And then two, you can't really share what you were doing with somebody else. But it's not like I don't have enough friends that I can just send a message on WeChat or Instagram, whatever, that I can share with people.
Yeah. So. The food part is really interesting. When I got out of my last relationship, the first time that it really like bothered me was when I was ordering YMI. And I was watching TV, so it wasn't even, and I have my dog, but even then I was just like, wow, this is really lonely. Because whenever I travel, I realize I either have a book or I have my laptop and I'm like watching a TV show while I eat. Like 95 out of 100 times. Yeah. But I completely get that feeling.
Yeah.
When you really feel when you're eating. I want to go back to this solo trip thing. So for me, I did that trip, I think, when I was 25. Like, I think we were working together at the time. So there was one summer where I just fucked off for like 21 days and I went to Europe. Like, I went to like Iceland, Norway, Sweden.
Right, I seem to remember
Italy, Spain.
I think you had already left the company at this point.
Possibly.
Right?
Good times, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was still on their payroll. Those were my vacation days that I used right before I left the company.
Yeah.
But like that trip, I think is super fucking important. And I think that's one of the benefits of being in Shanghai is we are surrounded in a culture where a lot of people do this. Like a lot of people you knew have done that. A lot of people I know have done that, right? Whereas when you're in Vancouver, that is not the case at all.
You're right.
Yeah.
I've never thought about it like that. Yeah, I don't know very many people from home that go on trips by themselves.
Right. And I think especially geographically, right? Because here, Europe, I think, is considered far, like what I did. I think most people do that through like Asia, of which you have so many options and so many incredible options, and within China alone. But in Vancouver, where are you going to go that is relatively close? Like Colorado, like Montana, right?
Seattle, Oregon.
You're not going to go
but they're like road trippy type places.
Right.
And I feel like driving alone for a very long time is a little bit different than flying somewhere and having all of these places that you can go to right away. And
you're also not going to LA for a soul searching trip. Like that's not what you're there for.
Yeah.
Or Vegas or Mexico, wherever else. So I think it's these little things that I've gotten older now and that I've been here for so long that I'm really coming to appreciate about this city. And I guess with it, it's people, or at least the people we know.
Yeah, I think a lot of my friends here, they choose to do solo trips because they need to collect their thoughts about something, or they've been stressed at work and they just want to be by themselves for a while. And I think that's great.
Yeah.
Because people at home, I think... things happen in groups there, and if you tell them, or I've never tried telling them, like, are you going on a solo trip? People will be like, oh, what? That's like so surprising. Why would you do something like that? I think people do a lot of solo camping trips, maybe like go hiking and spend a night in the mountain. That's something that people at home do. But here it's a lot of like flying somewhere and going scuba diving or, adventure things. Like for me, Yunnan, it's adventure things.
Like Yunnan, right? I really want to do Yunnan. I still haven't done Yunnan either. I think I'm going to wait till maybe like the spring. I don't know if I want to do Yunnan in January.
Might be a bit cold. Yeah, spring would be better.
Would it be like very different than how you went, I guess? Would it be, I guess, more snow-capped?